What's going on, champs? Happy Friday. Wanted to show you guys the revised buyer representation and broker compensation agreement, better known as the buyer broker agreement. Moving forward, everything has to be in writing, and as you all can see, this was revised July 2024, and we cannot do business with buyers without having this form filled out. You just can't and shouldn't, because at the end of the day, if you do, you're setting yourself up to where you potentially are going to be working for free. So this form is actually a listing agreement for buyers. So you got to make sure that, again, this is where coaching is going to be so valuable to all of you. Because at the end of the day, whether you're coached by me or not, that's up to you. If somebody decides not to be coached by me or anyone, and you want to do it on your own, you do you, boo, as they say. But at the end of the day, just know that if you want to do everything on your own and you don't know how to fill out the forms, you might end up working for free. So this is why I'm investing time coaching my licensed clients so that all of you get paid. I don't want anybody getting screwed. So you put the date. Obviously, John Smith, the buyer, Big Block Realty Executives, and you want to put the beginning. When is the contract starting? When am I starting to represent the buyer? You want to do a 6-month contract. So at the end of the day, let's say it's January 31st of 2025. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to put is I'm going to represent John Smith in a single family purchase or potentially some units. And the counties, I'm going to put potentially Southern California. Southern California. Another thing that I'm going to put is buyer preferences. This is another form. And the form is called BIPP, which I'll go over in another video. Right here, the buyer will put his or her favorite preferences as to bedrooms, baths, square footage, lot size, amenities, so that there's no misunderstanding later and they cannot say, well, you've been showing me homes that I never wanted. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, according to your buyer preferences and priorities list, this is what I've been showing you based on what you said you were looking for. Here's another big one. Amount of compensation. This is very important because this is where all of you are going to get paid or not going to get paid. Right here, you want to put 3%. And I'll tell you guys why. If you put 3% and the seller ends up paying your commission and they only pay 2%, you cannot charge the buyer the remainder. So this is very important. But if you put 2% here and the seller ends up paying 3% on that house, you can only charge the seller 2%. So be careful what you put. And again, time to deliver buyer personal financial information. That's another form that they've added, which is this one. The BFPI. Buyer personal financial information. What kind of loan are they getting? I'm seeing time and time again, buyers getting approved and real estate agents don't know what kind of loan the buyers are getting. Are they FHA? Are they conventional? Are they down payment assistance? Are they VA? If they're conventional, are they putting 3% down, 5% down, 20% down? Because if you don't know this, how are you going to write an offer if you don't know the terms of the approval? This is very important. This is where having somebody like myself on your corner going to be valuable. And you fill this one out and you make sure that they sign this prior to showing them houses. If the buyer doesn't want to sign this for whatever reason, I'm not taking you house hunting. If they don't want to sign, that means that there's a few things that were either not covered or there's still concerns that buyers have. So before I show you any homes, I want to make sure that you understand what this buyer broker agreement represents. It outlines the responsibilities that I have as a buyer's agent, and also the responsibilities that you have as a buyer, which could be paying my commission, making sure that you don't work with other real estate agents, make sure that you disclose everything to your lender, make sure that you qualify for the loan, make sure you don't go buy a car in the middle of an escrow. Those are the responsibilities of a buyer. So we have them sign it, fill it out. Look at this, John Smith, Big Block Realty Executives. Boom, there it is. So